boys of Mythbusters.
There's so many things that could go wrong right now.
The team is taking it to the test track.
If I knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't be doing the test.
To tackle everything from fuel economy.
Your results may differ.
To stunts.
Get out, get out, get out!
And speed.
Let's drive!
Wow!
They're throwing it in reverse, slamming the brakes, and driving downright dangerously.
I'm gone in a puff of smoke.
So you don't have to. Get ready to uncover the truth about automotive legends and myths. Buckle up for Motor Mythbusters Test Track. In this program, the team is shifting
That's the exhaust.
to reverse.
Dude, this is so much fun!
First up,
Bike hop.
Adam and Jamie attempt a Hollywood stunt driving classic.
Yeah!
The rearward getaway.
Oh, fruit stand!
Grant, Carrie, and Tori
Wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
Absolutely wear your seatbelt.
test whether it's safer to drive on icy roads
Where's the courses back there?
backwards. And then a retro race car goes head to toe
This is awesome!
with itself
We're going to see which one's more aerodynamically efficient.
for the wackiest race-off in Mythbusters history.
That right there is Rush.
So driving in reverse. Paint me a picture.
Well, look, our hero, let's say, is driving down a one-way street. He thinks he's home free, but blocking his path is a villain in a car. He's got nowhere to go, so using the only avenue open to him, the hero throws the car into reverse and backs up, bobbing and weaving through traffic at high speed to eventually evade his chaser.
And you want to know if this is possible.
I totally do. We've been trained to drive in a lot of different ways over the years, but backwards isn't one of them, and it involves a lot of different skills, not only driving ability and spatial awareness, but also really proprioception.
Yeah, let's get to driving.
Okay. Beautiful day. Wide open, empty runway. The conditions are perfect. Oh, wait. We need a car.
You ordered a car? Indeed I did, sir. Perfect timing.
And they've marked out the perfect test track.
And that's a quarter mile.
Before they attempt any twists or turns, the guys first want to know if cars can even reverse Hollywood fast in real life on the straightaway.
We've set up a course that's measured, and we're going to test out these cars, see how fast they go in forward, and compare that to how fast they go in reverse.
All right, Mr. Hanneman, are you ready?
I'm good to go.
All right, commence quarter-mile test in 3, 2, 1, go. Here it comes. 80 miles per hour.
It's a good start for their converted cab. But how will that speed compare when it's back to front?
Most cars you're ever going to run into have only one reverse gear, which means that the top speed of your car in reverse is ultimately limited by the reverse gearing and the speed at which the engine is turning over. Now, will our car be able to go as fast as they seem to go in the movies? That is just what we're about to find out.
On Adam's count, Jamie will go full throttle.
Okay, Adam, I'm in place and ready to go in reverse.
All right, Mr. Heineman, in 3, 2, 1, go. $49.50, 52, 53. 54 miles per hour.
It's an impressive result. Reaching freeway speeds is more than a match for a Hollywood hero. But it's not all good news.
The trick with driving at a high speed in reverse was to not do very much, just kind of hold still and try and keep the car in a straight line. But unfortunately, we're not going to have that option now, because now we've got to drive through a slalom in reverse, and that's all about steering. There are a couple of reasons that cars are difficult to drive at high speed in reverse. Yeah, you started to lose it at about 50. Man. And the first is that the steering is not self-centering. If you let go of the wheel of a car going forward for just a second, it'll tend to self-correct because of the offset of the wheels. If you're going in reverse, it does the opposite. If you let go of that wheel, they're going to go hard to the side, and you're going to do a 180, and that's dangerous. And correct a little too much, you're going to lose it. The other thing is all about perspective. When you're going forwards with your head in a line with the steering wheel, driving's really intuitive. But in reverse, you're either looking into the mirror or over your shoulder, meaning your brain's having to make complex decisions from a viewpoint that it's just not used to. And so when things go wrong, you're gonna flip the car or something bad.
Given their struggles on the straightaway, today's test looks terrifying.
This is what we call the diving in at the deep end test. We've got a course that's full of the kind of challenges a Hollywood hero has to face, and we're gonna see if we can reverse through it at high speeds without crashing. This is why we have insurance.
It's a course that a movie maestro would finish in a flash. But how will the Mythbusters manage?
All right, first run in 3, 2, 1, go.
Adam's off. And from the outset, he's ignoring the mirrors.
Whoa!
Oh, there goes a cone.
And going with the over-the-shoulder technique. But it's hardly paying dividends. Because not only does poor steering cripple his cone count, his slow speed means his time is terrible.
How did I do?
1 minute, 7 seconds.
1 minute, 7 seconds? I'll tell you what that does. It wreaks havoc on my neck. Well, I had a couple of screw-ups on that one. It's very hard to gauge how hard you need to hit a turn in reverse, because all of your metrics for reaction in terms of how the car moves are way off kilter. It's a far more sensitive device in reverse.
Indeed. But can Jamie master the method and reverse this Smith's fortunes?
All right, cowboy, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, go! I love that this is our job.
Unlike Adam, Jamie's using the mirrors and the over-the-shoulder system. But it's not a winning combination. Because his crash course is even worse than Adam's. Eventually, he crawls to the finish line in a sluggish 72 seconds. Which is not good news for the Myth.
Okay, you win.
So they've called in some professional help.
If we're gonna get really good at this, we're gonna need to get trained by an expert. Luckily, we have an expert in reverse tactical driving right here. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Brian Fraser is a trainer at the Emergency Vehicle Operations course here in California.
All right, Brian, where do we start?
We're gonna put barrel here, 2 barrels here, one on each side of the car.
All right.
Brian's first job is to ignore the current course.
Right there is good. Good ending
Oh, this is why we can't have nice things.
And set up something way more straightforward.
All right. That's the course. Now what do we do?
point. Drive it.
Okay, let's go.
Because the technique he's going to teach is surprisingly simple.
So I'm gonna change my seating position now a little
Okay.
bit. I'm gonna prop myself up, loosen my seatbelt, turn yourself as far as you can around, get your body almost in the center of the car.
Okay.
I'm gonna steer the car now with one hand, but this hand will never leave the steering wheel.
You're not gonna let the steering wheel shift in your hand to
It's-
lock.
You're palming the wheel the entire time.
I see. Okay, cool.
And believe it or not, that's apparently all there is to it.
3, 2, 1, go.
by shifting his body to the center of the car.
Wow.
And keeping one hand on the wheel at all times.
Wow, I can't believe how fast you're able to do this.
Brian speeds through the course at an impressive 41 miles an hour.
That is amazing. So Brian just showed me that something I thought was impossible is in fact totally possible. So I'm about to give that a shot. This is gonna be cool.
Like Brian, Adam slides to the center to give a viewpoint that's easier to process.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so, right, 3, 2, 1.
And like Brian, he then nails the course.
Oh, that's so cool.
To check it wasn't just beginner's luck, he tries again and goes even faster.
I gotta say, this is amazing. When we got here this morning, I thought Adam was gonna be training for 4, 5, maybe 6 hours. But it's not been like that at all. Instead, in just 20 minutes, he's gone from being pretty average to being pretty great. And it seems to be all down to the central head position, which seems to be letting Adam's brain process the direction to turn much more accurately. So we're gonna put him back on our original course to see how he does now. Should be interesting.
It's the course the guys couldn't crack.
So you ready to put what you learned into practice?
I am. In fact, I can't wait to try this course now.
3, 2, 1, go.
But will his 20 minutes of training let Adam turn it around?
He's off to a good start.
Turns are a lot smoother this time. He's looking really good.
Yeah!
Well, yeah, he's moving pretty quick.
Coming in good.
Yeah! Tell me how I did.
57.25.
Boom! That was cool.
It's close to an astounding result. With just 2 minor modifications,
Yeah!
Adams bettered his best by over 15%.
All right, guess it's time to bring on the next event.
Yep, it's time for some real-life movie mayhem. So they've repoed to a suburban test track.
I'm here in an abandoned neighborhood in Marina, California, where my crew has set up a course, and I'm just supposed to drive as fast as I can in reverse. I'm actually pretty curious how this is going to turn out.
This test track is a half a mile of twists and turns. But it's got a whole lot more besides. As the guys have put the movie mayhem back into this myth. And that's not just the props.
We're gonna put a little pressure on Adam because I'm gonna be in a cop car on his ass the whole way, with the sole exception that when he sees me and takes off, I'm gonna be outside my car. So he's gonna have just a little bit of a head start.
Adam's goal, like the classic Hollywood hero, is to make it to the finish line before those pesky police.
That is a cop. That's bad.
But with reverse gear his only option, will he escape to victory?
Here we go. Bye, cop.
The chase is on.
Here we go. Getting the heck out of here.
And by the time Jamie's got going, Adam's already out of sight.
Make a right-hand turn here. Don't let go of that wheel.
By shifting to the central position, he's able to navigate with skill.
Whoa! Flaming car! Dude! Oh, man! Post-apocalypse!
At least when he wants to.
I want those boxes! Come on! Yeah!
But while his steering is supreme,
I don't know where he is. I hope he's not close.
and his speed is fast, it's no match for Jamie.
Oh, fruit stand! I'm not gonna miss the fruit stand.
Adam may be down, but he's not out, as he reverses back uphill.
Ah! I'm going still!
A strategy that the Heineman then copies. With both drivers now revving in reverse, it's a case of who's gonna blink first.
Yet another in a long line of things that we should just set up for the public and charge money for. That was awesome.
Step out of the car with your hands up.
That was so much fun. Oh my God. That was the best thing ever. Well, that went pretty much as good as I could have imagined. First off, the course was amazing, full of all sorts of really interesting obstacles, from fruit stands to dudes fixing their cars to, come on, a flaming car. I also was able to go through it really fast. I mean, fast enough where I almost lost control of the car on a couple of the straightaways. Like, it started fishtailing, but because of Brian's training, I was able to bring the car back under control. Ho-ho! Almost lost a little control there. Then, I actually spun out and Jamie hit me, but again, in reverse, I bolted back up the hill and Jamie chased me, and it was all going pretty good. But I was going too fast on the accelerator, and I spun out. He jammed into my front wheel, and I could not move. Test over.
So how you want to call it?
I have to say, I started this story thinking it was going to be handily busted, and I am now thinking that it's actually plausible. It's not unreasonable how much speed and maneuverability you can get going in reverse.
Yeah, I mean, both of us, I think, if we had our choice, would go, you know, front forward.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be your better option, but surprising how good it can be.
Let's call it plausible.
All right,
All right, I'm going to drive forward home, though.
if you can.
While Adam and Jamie head back to the shop to reverse engineer their next myth, Grant, Tori, and Carrie are backing up with one of their own.
The idea is that it's better to drive in reverse on ice than to drive forward.
Backwards.
Yeah, does that sound crazy?
It's absolutely crazy.
Actually sounds like a lot of fun to test to me.
Let's do it!
The teeth-chattering test track for this one is an unused section of the South Lake Tahoe Airport. It's the California Highway Patrol's driver training site. A snowplow compacts the thick layer of snow into ice.
Look how slippery that is. What? Whoop, whoop.
And carves out a course for the cars to follow.
Is anybody else having snowplow nightmares?
Finally, the team lays out traffic cones around the entire perimeter. And they're set to put the driving on ice backwards myth to the test.
Track's all set up. We have all our cones down. This is a very real-life situation. We have snow, we have slush, we have ice. I think we're ready to test it, so let's go over how we're gonna do it.
We'll go at 15 miles an hour forward and then going backwards and see which one performs better overall.
We've got a couple types of cars, a rear-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive. So let's do the same set of tests, forward and reverse, see if that makes a difference.
I'll take front-wheel drive.
All right, I get the convertible.
All right, I'll take the four-wheel drive.
Great.
Cool.
The car's different drive systems either propel their front, rear, or all four wheels. By testing all three types, the team will learn if they have different traction abilities and can hold the road better in reverse. Carrie's going to take the wheel first. 15 miles per hour is the set speed limit. Slow enough to be safe, but fast enough to give the wheels of the cars enough momentum to move through the slush.
Carrie, how many times have you driven on the snow?
This is actually the first time I've ever driven on snow.
Nice.
Here we go. This is forward, 15 miles an hour, front-wheel drive.
Carrie hits the gas.
Whoa!
You can start off slow.
Okay, I'm at 15.
But even driving at such a low speed quickly loses her grip.
Keeping 15. I'm sliding a little bit here. 15 feels a little faster on this slush.
It's not long before she takes out her first victims.
Number 2.
And then she just can't seem to get back on track.
You went off the track. Get back on the track.
Go between the cones, Carrie!
Oh my God.
The turns are where things really get tricky.
Coming around the last U-turn, still at 15.
I would too.
I'm gonna do 15 to the end and stop.
Thankfully, she comes to a safe stop.
Have you been drinking, Carrie?
Woo! Well, that was much more slippery than I had expected. Oh, I'm sliding a little bit. It is so difficult to drive on ice. That's scary.
Now to see if the front-wheel drive has better traction in reverse.
You ready?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
Absolutely wear your seatbelt.
Grant bravely volunteers to monitor the speedometer for Carrie.
You're already coming off the track. She hasn't even gone 2 feet. She's already coming off the track. This is not looking good.
Here we go. Front wheel drive going in reverse, hopefully staying at 15. I'm taking cues from you, so let me know if I need to go faster or slower.
Okay.
And she's off.
5 miles an hour.
Grant counts up her speed, and she's looking surprisingly steady.
Holding 15. Looking good, Carrie.
This Smith may have some traction.
She's actually doing better in reverse. That's amazing. Well, maybe not.
But as soon as she hits the tight curves, things spin out of control.
Okay, you know what? Before you destroy the entire course, why don't we just take a breather?
I think we've got a cone underneath us or something.
Grant, can you hear me? Pull the key out of the ignition.
Oblivious to Tori's pleas, Carrie's trip goes from bad to worse real quick.
Stop the car! Stop the car! Why didn't you take control of the situation? She destroyed the whole course.
You're crazy!
So it's clear that driving backwards in the front-wheel drive was way more dangerous than going forwards.
I think that the main factor here is that driving backwards at 15 miles an hour is very difficult as is. And the amount of traction that you might possibly gain from going in reverse will not compensate for the fact that it's just too wily going backwards.
On the cone count scoreboard, driving in reverse, Carrie wiped out a wily total of 14.
There you go.
Look, there's a whole family of them.
Now it's Tori's turn.
You know, this is the rear-wheel drive, and it's got the engine in front of the vehicle. Your drive wheels are in the back, so you don't have the weight of the engine holding down those drive wheels. So it's going to be interesting to see if we have more traction.
Topless. I like it.
I mean, we got a convertible. We might as well use it, right?
The course has been re-iced for Tori's first run at 15 miles per hour.
So this will be rear-wheel drive going forward.
He powers off.
Yeah! A little squirrely.
The sports car is squirrely for sure, but Tori relaxes and enjoys the slide.
Yeah, it's like drifting.
I was doing a little bit of drifting. It's so much fun. You turn into those corners and your whole car goes sideways, and you just kind of ride it out.
Because the shot says,
It's done pretty good. I don't see any down yet.
Tori completes the circuit with no knockdowns.
All right. Dude, this is rad. It's just like drifting. Oh, we're gonna have fun, Carrie. Don't you worry about that.
Now to see how rad reverse is. For this run, Carrie will be Tori's co-pilot.
Okay, a little faster.
But as soon as he gets to the first turn, the cone carnage begins.
Oh, one!
Keep going, 15, and...
It's lucky one of our courageous camera operators shooting on the course is light on his feet. And Tori squeals, squeals, squeals all the way home.
Wow.
Yeah. I would have to say it's pretty obvious going in reverse. Even though you might have more traction, you don't have any control of the vehicle.
On the leaderboard now, Tori's reverse cone count is 12, just 2 less than Carrie. Now it's Grant's turn to take the wheel. His vehicle is a mighty 4-wheel drive.
You've got the benefit of having all 4 wheels going through whatever it is you're trying to go over. And hopefully, you'll also get the benefit of traction. from those tires.
This is four-wheel drive, 15 miles an hour, forward around track.
Here we go.
Into turn one, little sliding.
But not bad. I'm feeling in total control.
Grant's drive around the course is like a walk in the park.
Little sliding right there. Last turn. Whoa, little slide. Still looking very good, very good.
Grant didn't hit a single cone.
Not bad. Yeah.
Look good. Flip it around.
All right.
For his driving in reverse attempt, Tori will be Grant's speed monitor.
I have full confidence in your driving capabilities.
Good. That makes one of us. Hit it.
You're at 10 miles an hour.
Grant cruises up the straight and rounds the first bend riding high.
You're looking good, you're looking good.
He's doing well. Wow.
Suddenly, the wow turns into...
In reverse. Okay.
Grant is knocking cones down like dominoes.
Oh, that's oversteering.
And to make things worse, Tori is the ultimate backseat driver.
Whoa. Where's the course is back there? Okay, I got it.
It seems like Grant's teenage years playing Pac-Man have finally paid off.
Are you trying to see how many cones you can knock over?
You knocked over more than any of us.
Sure enough, in reverse, the final cone count standings are Carrie 14, Tori 12, and Grant 20.
Dude, you're the winner, bro. Nice work.
Shut up.
How many times did he go off the course?
Was he on the course?
So, no matter what kind of car you drive, what have we learned in Mythbusters Driver's Ed today?
Going in reverse is nuts. It is not going to give you more traction or more control, and I don't want to see people driving on the roads backwards.
Rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive. Totally busted.
Next up, Adam and Jamie are going back to the drawing board.
I've got one for you.
Shoot.
A friend of mine used to say about a specific make and model of sports car that it was in fact so poorly designed, it was more aerodynamically efficient going backwards than forwards.
That's good.
I thought you'd like that one.
Car development today is a multi-million-dollar industry with aerodynamics at the forefront. But that's not always been the case. Because according to this myth, in the 1970s, some car designers put fashion before function. Crafting cars that sure look sleek may have actually been more aerodynamically efficient if the body was switched 180 degrees.
So what kind of car are we talking about?
That's an interesting question, actually, because this claim turns out to have been made by a whole host of automobiles from Europe, Asia, America over the last 40 years. But after extensively crunching the references we found on the internets, we have honed in on this as the most commonly cited culprit of this myth.
Well, since this myth is all about aerodynamics, let's test it out in the wind tunnel first.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Ultimately, this full-speed fable will come down to the most random race-off in history. But before that checkered flag, it's time for some small-scale science.
This is a 1/24 scale model of the sports car that this myth is about. Now, we're going to put it in this water channel back here and inject dye into the stream of water as it goes past the car. We'll put it in and look at it going forward, then we'll reverse the car and look at it going that way to see whether we can tell any difference.
Expert engineer Kurt Long's the guy with the dye.
Red dye coming in.
But other than looking cool, what does it all mean?
Well, while this car's shape may announce to the world that it slips through the wind and that it's aerodynamic, the water tunnel here tells a different story. See this big batch of red behind the car? That is a low-pressure zone creating a lot of drag on this car. It's not as aerodynamic as it looks. Will that change when we flip it around? Well, let's flip it around.
Flipped 180 degrees, and the result is not exactly crystal clear.
What do you think?
I don't know. It doesn't look that much different, really.
In fact, side by side, the dye pattern looks near identical. So the guys need to hit the test track with their full-scale sports car to test this back-to-front fable for real. And here's the plan.
This myth is all about aerodynamic efficiency, specifically this car slipping through the air. The rule of thumb is that the easier it is for this car to slip through the air, the less energy it expends pushing against that air and the more fuel efficient it is. So we're gonna run our forward-facing car through 3 test metrics: a quarter-mile time trial, a 0 to 60 acceleration test, and a fuel efficiency test. When we've gathered all that data, we're gonna cut the body off, flip it around, drive that car through the same tests, and see if there really is any advantage to it going backwards as opposed to forwards. And, by the way, I'll be driving.
What do you want to do first?
Let's time me to the quarter mile.
Okay. I'm standing right at the quarter mile from where Adam's at this moment. All I'm gonna do is time how long it takes Adam to get here. Okay, Adam, quarter mile, starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Our red road warrior slips through the air with the greatest of ease.
14 seconds.
14 seconds on the nose. But one run ain't enough. So Adam races through again.
14 seconds again.
Like any good Mythbuster, Adam's happy to go the extra quarter mile.
I could do this all day long.
14 seconds. In the forward position, the sports car was able to do the quarter mile in 14 seconds, very consistently.
Thanks, Jamie. We'll flag that information later. With the quarter-mile testing ticked off, it's on to baseline number 2.
Here's how this test is gonna go. I'm gonna start right here on the starting line. Jamie will be down there with a timer. He is gonna go 3, 2, 1, and start that timer. At the very moment he says 1 and starts that timer, I'm gonna take off from the starting line, fanging it out, hell-bent for leather, towards Jamie, like this. Now, about this far down the track, about 800 feet, Jamie will be standing here with a radar gun, and remember his trusty stopwatch, and he is going to be watching that radar gun until my speed is 60 miles an hour, and then he will click that stopwatch a second time, and we'll get the metric of how long it takes me to get from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Let's get started. All right, Jamie, I'm back in position on 1.
Okay, stand by for my mark.
Copy that.
Start moving the car.
Here we go.
In 3, 2, 1.
I don't get tired of that.
Pretty quick. Looks to me like 8 seconds.
And back we go to 1. I'm heading back to 1.
Like the quarter-mile run, Adam's going to do the acceleration test 3 times.
Go.
And just like the quarter-mile run, the car is amazingly consistent.
So what are the results?
All 3 runs, 8 seconds.
Excellent.
With an 8-second average in the acceleration test, that just leaves fuel efficiency.
The essence of this story is wind resistance. Now, how we're going to measure that during this next run is by determining how much fuel was used over a 1-mile course. How we're going to do that is really simple. We fitted the car with a removable fuel tank, and we're going to weigh the tank before and after the run. That's all there is to it.
Where are we at?
Okay, the start weight of the tank is 20.12 pounds.
Fuel efficiency over 1 mile. Here we go.
With the fuel cell in place, Adam does the first of 3 runs. Each run is a mile long at 50 miles per hour. The results?
On that last run, Adam used 0.87 pounds of gasoline.
All right, well, I'll go back to the start and let's do it again.
Yeah.
Away we go.
The average fuel used over the 3 runs is 0.87 pounds. So what's next?
Well, we got the data we came for.
Let's go back to the shop and flip the car.
Hop in.
The next step in testing this story is to separate the body of the car from its chassis, flip it around, and reattach it so that the back end of the car is facing forward. Now, this is a pretty complicated task.
Time to rip it and strip it for major automotive surgery. But with all these bits ripped out, won't the backwards car be lighter and therefore faster? I'll let Jamie handle this one.
I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, you can't remove all that stuff because that'll skew the results. The car will be lighter. Well, yes and no. Yes, because it would skew the results if we didn't account for it. No, because we're going to account for it by putting sandbags or barbell weights in the car before we do our testing.
Now to slice, dice, and desecrate one formerly cool car.
After dozens of hours and hundreds of carefully made cuts, it is finally time to take this sports car, which looks like it's in one piece, but in fact it's in two, pull off the body, turn it around, and put it back down and see where we stand. How are we gonna do that? Well, we need some muscle. Muscle? Like an Egyptian. You guys ready? All right, on my count, 3, 2, 1, lift.
Oh, look at that. Anybody having problems?
Fans of these classic cars are probably having their first coronary right about now.
Is there a wire there, Mike? Lovely.
I don't know, I like the car better this way.
It's the ultimate convertible, eh?
Yeah, this would be cool.
This backwards beast is without doubt a world first, but it's far from an easy build. But in fact, it's mechanical maestro Mike Allen's most challenging project in 40 years. And unfortunately for him, failure is not an option.
We are, in fact, about halfway there. There's still a lot that has to be excavated because you couldn't excavate too much. Every bit of these cars adds to every other bit of structure. If you cut out too much, the whole thing could just crumple like a couple potato chips in front of you. So we've got to take out structure to be able to fit it in its current orientation, and we also have to add structure to actually keep it having some structural integrity. Yeah, about halfway there.
It's ready to lower. After 3 days of cutting, piecing, hammering, I think it's finally ready to lower down and stay on.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on down.
Tilting forward, coming down.
It's good. Whoa! Hey! Nice! It's on.
I'm confused. What exactly is this?
This is awesome. I was afraid. Now I'm a little less afraid.
Just one more touch, and this mechanical misfit is ready to hit the test track. It's time for the most surreal time trial in Mythbusters history.
Well, I know for all intents and purposes it looks like I'm sitting on the hood, but check this out. That's the exhaust. This falls into the category of tests in which I have no preconception and no idea what the result is going to be. And those are the best days.
There's 3 tests today: 0 to 60, quarter-mile drag, and fuel efficiency. For an exhaustive analysis of the Frankenstein car's aerodynamics.
Adam, let's start testing.
I'm ready. Let's do it. Here we go.
First up, 0 to 60. The forward-facing car did 0 to 60 in
8 seconds.
For the myth to be true, the backwards mobile should hit 60 in less time.
Okay, Adam, 0 to 60 in 3, 2, 1, go. Nine seconds.
That right there is a rush.
To get the hard data, Jamie and Adam run the tests 3 times. Not that Adam's complaining.
Dude, this is so much fun!
9 seconds again. 8 seconds.
So how did I do on that?
The runs with the car facing backwards were an average of 8.66 seconds.
How does that compare to the forward-facing test?
The average on the forward-facing car was 8 seconds.
So the backwards was a little slower.
It is.
Test 1, and the myth's got a dent. Rather than being quicker than the forwards time, the backwards car took longer to hit 60.
When we do the math, we find that our backwards-facing car was accelerating 7.5% more slowly than the normal car.
Still too close to call. So bring on test number 2.
Shall we go on to the quarter mile?
Let's go on to the quarter mile.
Front first, it did the quarter mile in 14 seconds. That's the time to trump.
All right, Jamie, I am in position and ready to go.
Okay, Adam, quarter mile in 3, 2, 1.
Cramped up against the rear windscreen is not what you'd call an ideal driving position, but it is very Mythbusters.
17 seconds.
Here we go.
17 seconds.
The same on run 2. And one more time. Well, kind of. A slight delay of the feathered variety.
Why did the goose cross the runway?
And the field is clear.
Go. "16 seconds.
How did I do on the quarter mile?
You're doing the quarter mile in an average of 16.6 seconds.
And how does that compare to the forward run?
Forward test was 14 seconds.
A little bit slower.
Yep.
Nice.
Over the quarter mile, our backwards-facing car was going 18% slower than the normal car.
Actually, that's technically not accurate. Since we don't know the speed of the car when it crossed the quarter mile, it's more accurate to say that it took 18% longer to get to the quarter mile flat out.
Whatever.
Time to gas up for the backwards-facing fuel efficiency test. In the forwards-facing test, the retro racer used an average of 0.87 pounds of fuel over 3 runs on a 1-mile track at 50 miles an hour. Now they're at it again, filling her up and weighing the tank.
There we go. 29.32 pounds.
Running the mile.
Go.
That is the most uncomfortable car ever.
Then weighing the tank to see how much fuel was used.
28.6 pounds.
But after 3 runs over the same distance at the same speed, the results are puzzling.
Okay.
The difference between forwards and backwards is much larger than in the other tests. And that's got Jamie concerned.
Our runs with the body on reverse are showing an increase in fuel consumption of 44%. That's an awful lot, and it makes me suspicious.
Suspicious that the data may not be correct.
No idea what that means.
Jamie and Adam are stumped. They're going to need a plan B.
I've got 2 problems with this story right now. One is our data. I don't feel like it's definitive, and I don't feel like it answers the question yet.
And the second?
The second is I can't shake the feeling that I want to see a race-off between our backwards-facing car and a forwards-facing car racing each other at the same time.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad you're on the same page. Let's do it.
So it's back to the test track for a showdown.
So this is what we've come up with. 2 cars, identical make and model. One of them as the manufacturer intended, the other one with its body on in reverse. We're going to see which one's more aerodynamically efficient.
So how are we going to make this race a fair fight when these 2 cars' engines might be tuned differently? Here's how. Starting from this starting line, when we hear the go signal, Jamie and I will both put our foot to the floor, pedal to the metal, and bang it out of here as fast as we can to this green flag. By the time Jamie and I get here, we want to be going neck and about 100 miles an hour. At that point in time, Mike will give us the signal, and we will throw both cars into neutral at the exact same second and drift the next quarter mile solely under the power of our own momentum, the only force acting against that momentum being the air around us. The first car, then, across this very finish line is, by definition, the more aerodynamically efficient of the 2. That's how we'll get our answer.
So the 2 matching cars, which weigh exactly the same, are going to run nice and steady at 100 miles per hour. Then, at the green flag, they'll put the cars into neutral and let them drift on through to the finish. In the red car, the Baron of Backwards, Adam Savage.
It's hot in here.
And racing nose first in silver, Jamie High Speed Heineman. With guest gearhead Mike Allen, the man in command.
I'm in position and ready to go. How do I think this is going to work? Well, we've done everything we can to level the playing field with these cars. It's all about wind resistance.
Good luck, Jade.
Reverse engineering, drift off. Gentlemen, start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go!
40, 60. The guys are now toe-to-toe at 100 miles an hour. Green flag approaching.
And drift.
Gear sticks in neutral. The pictures tell the story. Front first was first.
That is a result.
That was.
Awesome. This is shocking front-page science news. Apparently, the car designers knew what they were doing to begin with.
Yep. And that means the myth is busted.
Totally busted. Oh!
And with that said, it's time to ride off into the sunset. Okay, Adam, let's try that again. And so concludes a downright backwards investigation. Confirming the vintage sports car runs with supreme slick and style.
I could do this all day long.
Thanks to the designer's forward thinking. Operating in reverse on icy roads is completely nuts.
You're crazy.
And if your only escape option is rearward,
That was so much fun.
it is possible to get away at the test track.
Yeah!